Well, here we are again, everyday people talking. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications. We have plenty more stories to tell. Well, to my right is my homeboy, my G here in Vegas. Matter of fact, aren't you G?
I'm G.
G for real. I'm Tony. This is Everyday People Talking. We are here to answer one of our subscribers' questions. And the question was, why are men intimidated by independent / very six-digit successful women?
Ooh, that's a
And I
good one.
brought Gary on so that we could talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, regarding this question. You want to go first, sir?
Well, you the host. You know, you fire away.
Well, here, this is what I think. First of all, you gotta have confidence to deal with a woman, let's say per se, that makes more money than you, has her own house, her own car, her own business. And if you don't have high self-esteem, then you won't be able to talk to her anyway. And I understand these women have a problem, or it's not necessarily a problem, but it's hard for them to find a man because men they just don't want to deal with it, you know, because they have a different aura about themselves, energy. Their energy's different because they spent a lot of time in their life to get to where they are. And they damn sure not gonna let nobody interfere with that. And to be a successful woman, you really have to have a certain, attitude about yourself to get where you are. But you got to know when to cut that off when it comes to dating and meeting a man, because no man want to be with a woman that thinks she's the man too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's
I could see where that might be a problem.
yeah. I know some people like that as well. But I think most men have an attitude, the more the merrier. You know what I mean? Where if they're very successful and they got their stuff together and she's successful too and you're putting it together.
But now we're talking about a power.
That's what I'm not missing
Not
a power
necessarily.
company, but it's maybe a very successful couple that's doing okay.
Okay.
So most men who I've been around or whatever, it doesn't really matter to them too much because it is a good thing because we do want to see the women doing well in society and in business and things like that. That's always a good thing for any person who's
Well, I
involved.
never had a hang up over that. If she
Yeah,
makes
I mean,
more money than me, that's great.
That's never been a problem for me.
But I know I'm out here doing my part. I ain't sitting on the couch, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm adding something to the pot.
So, for the intimidation part of it, just guys who just don't really have an idea of how to approach women of that because they're so afraid of what the women might think of them because there's always this, well, the man's supposed to be a certain way when it comes to the leader, the head of the
Right.
household, and supposed to make the most money.
But they may be
Where-
fearful of rejection too.
And society's not that way anymore. You know what I mean? There used to be a time where that was prevalent in every household. The man makes the money, the
Right.
wife stays home.
But that's
she
the
had-
traditional. It's
Right.
been that way forever.
She has some
Up
menial
until
job.
50 years ago,
Right.
there were no women in power anywhere.
And although she had that particular menial job, she was still coming home taking care of the household too. Man gets off from work, he kicking back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but now,
It's funny you say that because now you kind of have to share those responsibilities around the house because there's nobody
Absolutely.
home. I mean, for example, I wash dishes. They piled up. It's been a busy day. I wash the dishes. I don't allow her to take the not allow. I didn't mean allow, but I don't let her take out the garbage.
yeah,
I don't expect her to change the tire.
Right.
She got a flat. I'm gonna go outside. Men have things that men supposed to do.
Right.
You got to know the pecking order, and if you have a problem with that, you ain't gonna be able to please nobody.
well, I can tell you when this started. When women were getting mistreated so badly by men, they started saying, I don't need a man to do anything for me. I can do for myself.
That's the first thing they got to stop saying.
Exactly.
Now, I don't need a
when
man.
I
Okay.
knew that was a lie.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Not saying you need them, but it's better for you if you do have a companion in your life.
Well, you can scratch your back up against the wall, or I can scratch it for you. Which one you want?
Because at some point,
You know, a man's touch.
especially a woman, you know, with a child or two, they have kids. The first thing I wish I had a man to help me, but you just said you didn't want a man, so it's kind of like you're, you know, contradicting yourself.
Well,
when you
not
make
like
these kind
when
of
we go
statements.
out, you know, we're a couple, but when we go out, we see like a whole table full of women, a whole car full of women, and they sitting there wondering why they can't get a man, or quote unquote think they don't need one. Well, you sitting at the table with your girlfriend.
And we go out and dance with our girlfriends. The
Hello.
girls also dance with themselves, you know.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's the life you choose, but don't say you don't need a man.
No, I
God,
mean,
God made us to need each other.
right. Traditionally, there's supposed to be a companion of some sort that helps and supports you with your success,
Right.
right? So, obviously, yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need anybody. It's basically a want. I want
Right.
somebody to enjoy the successful things I'm going through and the things I do in life with me, because it makes the experiences more meaningful. You know,
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean,
But see, the difference is, as a successful man, you might see him with a woman from Jack in the Box. He don't care that she's successful. What he cares about is how she treats him, and how, you know, she's there for him when he needs her, rather than trying to be a diva. You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's no different than the traditional. I mean, man making good money, marries a beautiful woman. You don't have to work anymore.
A
You know,
beautiful
you just
woman
stay
that looks
home.
good in a bikini.
Right, anything. But then that man is mistreating her, and because the woman is living a certain lifestyle, they don't want to leave him.
Right.
Because of how he's treating her.
That's true.
But she stays in that. It's all. It's
Hey,
like
so they've been doing that for generations.
Exactly. So women.
Because like their parents, most likely the mother or the female didn't work.
Mhm.
So if she leave, what's she gonna do?
Right.
She's been relying on this man,
Right.
you know, and those days are over.
And again, like I said before, I was lucky enough to have two parents who were in the workplace who made me and my brother's lives pretty easy. They
I
made,
had some great providers, but they
Yeah.
were never home because they worked so much.
well,
I
mine.
was the oldest, so I took
Right.
care of everything.
It's different scenarios in each case.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because our parents made time, and part of that growing process was, you know, as a man, and my mom always said, you're not going to always have a woman around to do stuff. You got to know how to do things on your own. Now, that's okay if you have one around that does things, but you know how to wash dishes,
I
you know
know
how
how
to
to
vacuum, you
iron.
know how to clean the bathroom, you know how to
I
clean
know
the
how
tub,
to
you know what I mean?
sew. I don't need a woman for that, but it's nice to have
It's
one.
nice to have one.
But I don't need her for
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know.
Matter of fact, we can I just don't want them taking out garbage, like you said, changing tires and all that kind of stuff.
You know what really irks me? I go to the gas station and the guy is sitting in the car, and his woman, I guess this is his woman, they together, pumping the gas.
They go in the store, they pay for it,
Oh
come out and
my
pump the gas.
God. Now, them kind of women, I'd be like, man, what you need him for? You must be sticking it really good that you sit in the damn, he gets to sit in the car.
The thought process of even just allowing that
Right,
tells you exactly.
Oh man, my wife would
Well,
never. She
so-
looked at me like I was crazy.
Right. So, I mean, successful women, like you said, and I agree with that, they work so hard to compete in this so-called man's world. You know what I mean? They're competing.
Right.
And so when they get to that level, they want their props. You
Right.
know, and they want to be treated like, you know, they're getting their props.
Well,
So-
I want to tell y'all, you women, something from my experience. I got a lot of experience.
Oh yeah.
If you want to be with a man, if you want to catch a man, you need to act like a lady. You know.
Ladies to the lady.
Yes, you need to act like a woman. You
Same
know,
as a
not
woman
a tramp.
Same
You
as
know?
a woman expects a man out like a gentleman.
If you out and got all your business out, guess what kind of man you gonna attract? Not the kind you want. That's for sure. You're gonna find one that's attracted by women that look like that, and then they gonna call their homeboys, yeah, I met this such and such. Those relationships will never last. You know, you gotta want your woman. You gotta want her. She has to want you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have bad days and good days, but all in all, you work it out, you know.
Well, again, just want to make sure that all the women out there that are listening who are successful, I'm gonna give you major props. Okay.
Me too.
Always major props.
Ditto.
Because that's what you strive for in life, and your parents will always strive for you to be successful, whatever it is you try to do. Just keep in mind that there are men out there who really would love to be with somebody at your level. Okay, but they want to be able to have a normal.
But you gotta turn off that.
Yeah.
power.
Normality is the key. Be
Right.
normal. You know, don't think you're better than the average man, because an average man works as hard as you do as well.
So I hope we've answered that question. Along those lines, Mr. G, I think we need to cover the working class independent woman. She don't have to make 60. She may only make 60, but she's used to doing everything herself because there's not a man in her life. And now here comes, you know, Bubba, and he's going, wow, you do everything, you know. And how would you feel if you met a woman that's so independent that she don't even ask you for help? You come home, this done, that done, she done moved the furniture and everything else, and you come home like, wow, babe, how you feel about it?
Well, me personally, I don't mind it, to be honest with you, because sometimes you gotta let people be who they are.
Good
You know what I
answer.
mean?
Good answer.
I want the same courtesy,
Right.
you know,
There you go.
which meets the criteria of how a couple can be successful.
And interact with each
I
other.
tell my woman all the time, when I come home from work, I talk to people all day who can't make a decision without answering to their wife or their husband or a significant other. They can't make a decision on anything without
Tell the opposite
asking.
of that.
Yeah, to the
I
significant
can
other.
make a decision.
And I tell them all the time, I say, I don't know about your household, but if I'm doing something for my wife that includes both of us, why would I have to ask her that?
Right.
It's my wife. It's her birthday. I'm not gonna tell my wife what birthday
What
present
we're
I'm gonna
getting
give her.
ready to do.
You know what I mean?
It's already
Right?
planned out. We're gonna do
Right.
this.
So as a person in that situation, if she's so independent, she can make decisions on her own without having to ask the significant other. And of course, if the significant other is into her that way, he don't mind it, because I know I don't mind it.
Right.
Man, go
And
ahead and
if
do
it's
it.
too much, why not just say, baby, be conscious of what you're doing. I am a man. I would love to help. You know, just be conscious that you're not overbearing with your independence, and that's all you can do. Because, like you said, she is who she is. You don't want her trying to change.
You're still gonna offer your help.
Of course.
You know, hey, you know, I got it. Okay, no problem. You know what I mean? Hey, you go ahead and handle
But
it.
just like you, I have no problem with it neither.
Yeah.
But you kind of do want, you know, a woman to be assertive, be able to make decisions. Don't call me at work asking me.
If you know,
Like,
if she is having trouble finding somebody who's not intimidated by her, and she needs to find somebody who understands her situation and is willing to adhere to whatever she believes is comfortable for her. And I can promise you there are men out there like that will do that. Hey, you know,
but look,
you've been doing this before you met me. You know what I mean? So, but at
the
some
dating
time,
pool
I'm gonna-
does get smaller now. You know,
Oh, well,
it
yeah.
ain't gonna be easy.
The pool gets
But you know,
smaller.
you can't when you don't just accept a nice looking man or a guy with a nice body, and then he might have all these great qualities and none of the other ones you need. You know, so you gotta try to find somebody that does a little bit of everything.
So for the person who had that direct question, okay, my input is that I don't believe the men are intimidated, other than maybe how you approach them. Because if they're approaching you a certain way, your reaction is going to be to how they're approaching you. So if you approach them a certain way, maybe your approach may be a little bit abrasive, which may draw them away, you know what I mean? So there's got to be some kind of common ground where you're meeting people, and the first meeting or the first approach has to be, you know, a way that both can be comfortable with. Because I don't believe men are intimidated by women, because that's usually the man's goal. I gotta get the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way.
It's supposed to be that
you
way.
know, I don't care. Hey, I've approached married women before, you know, but hey, girl, I know you're married, but hey, look, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it doesn't bother most of us if there are men that she feels that are intimidated by her. Maybe it's just the type of men that she's approaching.
Yeah, it might be puff daddies.
You know what I mean? So, we ain't getting into that, bro.
Yeah, that's the next show.
We're
gonna get into that next show.
But
But
another
look,
time.
me personally,
Puff Daddy and TD Jakes and them. We ain't
I
even know.
just want y'all ladies to remember this. You can be independent, you can be rich, you can be successful, but don't forget to be a woman. When you approaching your man and you trying to meet somebody, be a woman. Because that's what we're looking for, right? Ultimate, we want a woman.
I don't care how much money you got in your pocket.
Don't care. You think we do, but we don't.
Now just so you guys know, we're taken, so y'all can't be, you know, dressing us. Okay?
Don't be
But
DMing
there are
me.
men out there like us who are not. So just be mindful of that.
Maybe we should open a dating service maybe next year.
Man, you know, maybe you should try that, man. You know,
For
get a
real.
license, man. You know,
We are in Vegas.
Get all types coming in there, man. You know what I mean? Just come in with your shirt off and take pictures.
All right, sounds like a winner. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notification. My wife's telling me to smile, so I'm going to smile. And we're going to end this program right.
Peace be with you. Hey, if you guys enjoy this podcast, please send comments, ask questions, and also share this platform with your friends and family. We want to hear from you guys. We think everybody has something to say and want to be able to say it with you.
Man, I could have said it no better. Man, get out of here. Thank you.